God day. God day. Welcome to the morning shift with Corey Cofield, where we shift your perspective to only see what you wish to experience. Top of the day to you. Top of the day to you. Top of the day to you. Yo, we streaming on YouTube right now. You feel me? Y'all can go check it out if y'all want to. We streaming on YouTube at Corey_Cofield. I can use a follow. You feel me? This is Tuesday morning. Tuesday. This is an amazing time to be alive, y'all. And let me tell you, God ain't lost control, man. It may seem like the world is going crazy. It may seem like everything is out of control. But I'm telling you right now, God has never lost control. God has not lost control. Let me set this, make sure this camera's all the way proper. Bam. Let me just unplug this. There you go. Sorry, y'all. Should have did that already. What is that here? Okay. So, what's popping? TikTok, what's popping? Instagram? How y'all doing? It's an amazing day today, man. It's an amazing day today. Today we talking about some real stuff, bro. Real stuff. And don't dig up your seed is what we're going to be talking about today on the morning shift with Corey Cofield, where we shift your perspective to only see what you wish to experience. Why is it important? Why is perspective important? Ask yourself, why is perspective important? And why are we so on your perspective? Why are we so on top of our perspective? Why are we so, as some people would say, anal about our perspective, right? Why? Because we know that your perspective leads to your life. Your perspective leads to your life. So, hey, y'all, do me a favor. Why don't y'all share the live for me? You know what I'm saying? Share the live for me, man. Let me see. Share the live, man. Y'all know y'all getting something out of this. Share it with somebody, okay? Because today gonna be really informative. Because it was for me. Y'all know that I'm big on visualizing our lives. I'm big on letting our lives, letting our mind's eye create our life. And so, how many know that you can dig up your seed? Now, what do I mean by dig up your seed? What do I mean by dig up your seed? That means when you believing for something, it's a seed, right? You put a seed in the ground. You believe in faith, correct? So let me tell you, the thing is, when you believing for something, every time you be fearful, every time you get in anger, every time you get in doubt, you dig your seed up, right? You dig your seed up. So when you believe for something and you got a dream, and you you got faith towards it. That's called a seed, right? That's called a seed, because life is like this. You got to look at life like the spiritual world is along with the real world, the reality world, right? You got a seed. Like you think about, you take a apple seed and you plant it in the ground. Next, you're going to get a harvest. Like within months, you're going to get signs that the tree is growing, right? You're gonna get signs that the seed is in function and operating. But how many know the first few months you will have no sign that the seed is being germinated? They call it. I think that's what it's called, right? You have you have no way to see that. When you put a seed in the ground and you plant something, the soil is covering it. So you have no solid evidence that the seed is working. But let me tell you, you don't have to coast, and you don't have to push or beg a seed to do what it's made to do, right? Everything God created is doing what it was made to do. Everything God created is operating in the field that it was designed to operate. Every single thing. Think about that. Every single thing that God created is doing what it was created to do. Let's get some examples. Trees. Trees have a purpose. They're just not here. Some of the purpose is shade. Plants have a purpose. I forget the name of the process where they give out oxygen or pull in CO2, something like that. But it's a purpose. Water has a purpose. Even dirt has a purpose, and it serves its purpose, right? So everything has a purpose. Everything has a purpose. What's going on, y'all? Today we're talking about digging up your seed. Welcome to the morning shift with Corey Cofield, where we shift your perspective to only see what you wish to experience. So we got some visitors today. Austin, August. That's a dope name, August. Like, you feel me? Like, what's your name? August. You feel me? Like, I like that name. How you doing, August? Thanks, Cheryl, for bringing somebody in. Y'all share the live, right? Today we're talking about digging up your seed, right? So everything that God ever created is doing what it was meant to do, right? Everything God created. The sun is still doing what it was meant to do. It's doing what it was designed to do. The moon is doing what it was designed to do. Fish, they doing what they designed to do. You don't see a fish trying to climb a tree, right? You don't see a fish jump roping. You may in the cartoons, but fish do what they was designed to do. They swim. They're in water. They're in the environment that they were made to be in, right? Did you know human beings are the only thing that God ever created that just does whatever they want to do? You were created just like the apple seed. You have a purpose, but yet we do what we want to do. We get outside our purpose. Just like I said, with a fish, you don't see a fish trying to climb a tree, right? But you see human beings going to a job that they weren't meant to be in because they just want to survive, right? So we have to start back doing what we were designed to do. We got to start back with operating and being in the environment that we were designed to be in. Right? You don't see a fish skateboarding down Rodale Drive. It just won't happen. Even though you see dogs, human beings put a dog on a skateboard and push them, and the dog just. But overall, you don't see a dog walking in a skateboard shop buying a skateboard. That's not what it was designed to do, right? That's not what it was designed to do. Everything is operating in the function that it was designed. Are you? Are you operating where you was designed? Are you in the environment that's conducive to you winning? Now, you don't see a fish trying to skateboard, but you do see a fish in the environment that it was designed to operate in, water. If a fish get out of water, it can survive for a little while. But other than that, it's going to die. If you snatch grass out the ground, if you take a flower and pull it out the dirt from the root, it may survive for a little while. But now that it's not operating in where it was designed, now that it's not in it's not in the environment that causes it to prosper, it's going to die. It's going to unalive, brother. Let's say that. It's going to unalive because now you've taken it from where it was meant to be. And some of us, our dreams are becoming unalive. Our lives are not where they should be. 87% of people wake up every day in relationships and jobs they hate because we are out of line. We're in environments that we were never meant to operate in. We're in relationships that we were never meant to have. We've taken things that was only meant to be temporary and making them permanent in our lives. You have to operate where you was designed. Your seeds have to be planted in the environment that's conducive to them growing. You don't take a seed and put it on the cement and water it. Listen to this. If I took a seed, the same apple seed that I talked about, if you take an apple seed, no matter, it could be the best apple seed ever. It could be an apple seed you got from some farm, like where everything, no HMOs, no fructose, corn syrup, all this, all this junk they put on the food. It can be a tree that's been a seed that's totally organic. It's been nurtured. It's the best seed you ever can get, the best seed that money could buy. But if you take that seed and you put it on the cement and start to water it, it will not produce. It will not grow. It will not do what it was designed to do, even though it got all the potential in the world to do exactly what it was made to do. It will not work. It will not be successful. Now, imagine if you looked at that same seed and start to judge it. You some whack seed. You dumb. You stupid. How could you not grow? It's all right. You got everything you need. You should be smarter than that. Look at your shape. You sitting there, look at you. You a little fat seed now. Look at you. You start judging the seed. You wouldn't do that. Why? Because you know that seed is not even in the proper place that it's supposed to be in order to be able to grow. It's out of place. So it cannot be its best self. Why? Even though everything in it is set up for it to win, you don't have to talk to a seed. Listen, you're going to be able to grow, buddy. Just keep believing in it. Keep believing. You're going to grow. Have faith, seed. Have faith. You don't talk to a seed like that. Why? Because it's designed to do what it's going to do, and it's going to do what it's designed to do regardless, if it's put in the proper environment. So if we can look at the seed in that way, let's turn it and look at us. We're just like that seed. You got everything in you that you need to prosper. You got everything you need to be great. You got every idea in you right now that you're supposed to have to be amazing. You got it in you right now. But the question is this: are you in the right place? Are you in the right place? Is your seed in the right place? Or are you on the cement trying to be watered? Are you in the soil? Are you where you're supposed to be? Because guess what? If you're not, just like that seed, you will not be successful and you won't grow. You may show the appearance of growing, but real growth won't be there because you're not where you're supposed to be. Listen, I'm just sharing this with y'all. Share the live with me, y'all, if y'all could. Share the live, man. All right. If y'all hearing something that you like, dang, this is dope, then shoot it out to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Shoot it out to somebody. You said, what kind of growth? Somebody asked me what kind of growth. I'm talking about spiritual growth, mental growth, not physical growth. God dang, chosen. Bam. Even in money, even to grow your money. If you don't have your money in a proper place, it ain't gonna grow right. So the whole point I'm saying here, y'all, is we are a seed. And anytime you're believing for something, anytime you have faith for something to be to manifest, anytime you see yourself doing something, those are seeds. And every time you believe it, every time you trust that it's going to happen, every time that you know for sure that it's going to work, you're planting it. You're planting your seed, right? So when you tell somebody, "Watch, I'm the number one speaker in the world." I'm telling people that right now. You mark my words. What's today? It's Tuesday, June the 24th at 5:46 a.m. And Corey Cofield is on live telling everybody that I'm the number one speaker in the world. I'm the highest paid speaker in the universe. Now you watch what I say. You watch what I say. That was a seed. That seed went out. It's in the ground right now. Now let me tell you this. I can dig up that seed. Let me tell you how you dig up your seed. Every time you get into fear, every time you start doubting it, every time you allow yourself and your energy to be moved because of any one thing, you're digging up your seed. So today, I'm saying again, welcome to the morning shift with Corey Cofield, where we shift your perspective to only see what you wish to experience. And today, our subject is don't dig up your seed. You don't plant a flower and the next day go dig it up and check the seed. You like, just imagine that. You plant, just say this was a seed. You plant it in the ground. Doop, doop. You're so happy, water it. You finish, you feel good. You wake up in the morning like, did the seed grow? Run out back. Pull the seed out. No, it didn't grow. Put it back. Cover it. Put the water on it. Run out again. Go to sleep. Next day, you wake up. Did it grow? Run out. Grab a seed. Pull it out. Look at it. Oh, no, it didn't grow. Plant it back. Just imagine if you did that. Would that seed ever grow, man? Would it ever do what it was meant to do? No, because you digging it up. You checking it every day. Same thing with your faith, man. Same thing with your dreams. When you believe in something, just believe it. Believe it. Don't dig up your seed. Don't get in fear about it. Don't allow somebody else to tell you, oh, that's not going to work. You know, you feel it in your heart what you're supposed to be doing, and it's going to work. But we can't dig up our seeds. We can't keep getting in fear. Let's break it down. Look, I wrote some stuff out. We're going to get to it because, like y'all already know, I'm coming with receipts every single time to support everything I'm saying. We ain't just talking. Thank y'all for being here first. Let me say that. Thank you, TikTok. Thank you, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn. Thank y'all for watching. Appreciate that. Share it with somebody if you're hearing something that you may rock with, right? So look, why is your faith the soil your future depends on, right? So your faith, you got to look at it. Your seed is your idea, but your faith is the soil. It's the soil. Your faith, your belief. You know what I'm saying? Your confidence that is going to work. That's the virtual soil that you plant your idea in. So you don't plant your idea in the real dirt outside like you do a real seed. You plant it in your faith, your belief, your confidence. That's your soil, right? So when you have an idea, you plant it in that soil. But every time you say, oh, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. Man, it might work. I don't know. Just imagine you running out there, digging up that seed, looking at it. Yeah, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. You put it back. So we're off and on with what we believe in. We believe it's going to work. We believe we're going to prosper. But then we look around and we see what life is doing and we fall and we say, oh man, we get fearful because we see what's going on out there. But did you know God said 1,000 can fall at your left, 10,000 can fall at your right, but it won't come near you or your camp? God said that. So I'm telling you, some people, it's going to look like a lot of people falling because you never know what them people are on, but you can have faith. You can have your belief because you know, listen, your gift was meant to make room for you. That's what we were designed to do. Our dreams, our passions were meant to provide for us. That's a true statement. When y'all hear me say that your passion creates your provision, that's the truth. Think about it. Anything that you're working on, if anybody who's not an entrepreneur that's not working for yourself right now, right? And we can include you too. Anybody who's working on something and getting paid from it, whatever you're working on came from somebody else's passion. Whatever you're working on came from somebody else's idea. If you work at the plant was somebody else's idea. Chrysler, that's somebody else's idea. If you work at Verizon, that phone company, that's somebody else's idea. Every single thing that exists right now, every computer, every phone, everything that we are, these clothes, I got on glasses, the TV in the back, my little homeboy right here, everything stemmed from an idea. It stemmed from somebody's mind. It came from a passion and desire of somebody. What make us think that we're not supposed to be the same way? What make you think that your passion, your gift, your idea wasn't meant to provide for millions of people? See, the dumb down, it starts in school, right? It starts in school. When they start telling you, well, you don't dream that big now. Have some parameters now. What do you want to be? A doctor, a lawyer? When they give you this little box that they want to fit you in, right? You could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you could be a baseball or football player. They put you in this box, but nobody tell you, no, you can dream big. You can dream as big as you want to. It could be no limitations, none. You don't have to have no limitations at all. Listen, let me get on point right here, man. Let me read something to you. I'm explaining why your faith and your belief is the soil your future depends on. Your future depends on you having the belief and the confidence and faith to do what you know you're supposed to do. You need it. Let me explain this to you. Faith acts as a mental and emotional environment in which your dreams grow. You hear that? Faith It acts as a mental and an emotional environment in which your dreams grow. Remember, I told you before that that this fish is always in an environment that's conducive for it to win. You don't see a fish trying to climb a tree. You don't see a fish out skateboarding. You see a fish operating in the environment that it was meant to operate in. Now that environment is always set up and designed for the fish or for you. Your environment is important. Your environment of where you plant yourself. Where are you at? Where are you at in life? Who are you with? Who are you hanging around? What are your conversations? That's the environment. Faith acts as a mental and emotional environment which your dreams grow. Just as soil must be rich, protected, and properly watered to produce a harvest, your belief system determines whether your vision will thrive or unalive. Here's a study. Look at this. This was a study by Dr. Carl Ditwick, the research on growth in the mindset. This was a Stanford University study. Individuals who believe that their abilities can be developed through dedication and effort, faith in their progress, are more likely to succeed. You hear that? This was a Stanford University study. Individuals who believe that their abilities can be developed through dedication and effort, faith in their process. People who have faith in their process. People who believe that, you know what? I will be better. I will win. I will be great. I will get an A on this test. The people who believed like that was more successful. Belief alters brain plasticity and improves resilience. Belief, you hear that? Belief. This is what belief does. It alters the brain plasticity. Plasticity. That means your brain ability to grow, to connect and grow new routes and new ways. So you can teach an old dog new tricks. The brain is never shut down. It's never stopping. It's always growing. And as I said yesterday, we're designed to grow as human beings. So your brain is always growing. And according to a Stanford University, individuals who believe that their abilities can be developed through dedication and effort, people who have faith in their progress, in their process, are more likely to succeed. Belief alters brain plasticity and improves resilience. That was a study in the new psychological of success. The new psychology of success. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Faith gives structure to unseen potential. Without it, you're mentally walking around on an empty field. Now listen, we're going to move into the good part. How do you recognize when you're uprooting your dream? How can you recognize when you're digging up your seed? Let's talk about that. How to recognize when you're digging up your seed. Because if you don't know when you're doing it, then how can you stop? Right? Uprooting. It happens every time you speak doubt, entertain fear, compare yourself to others, move into offense, right? Or you quit prematurely when doing something. Now, it's more ways, but I'm only covering a few ways now. I'm only covering 5 ways now that you can dig up your seed, but I'm sure it's plenty more. You can look at your life. You can, do some research and see yourself as well. But these are a few that I'm suggesting. Uprooting happens every time you speak doubt, every time you entertain fear, every time you compare yourself to someone else, every time you move into offense. Remember, I told you, every time you in offense, you are a repellent to the blessing. Every time you in offense, you are a repellent to everything you believe in for. And every time you quit prematurely, every time you know you're supposed to do something and you say, no, I can't. Every time you do that, you're digging up your seed. You can't dig up your seed. Listen, if you believing for something, every time you speak doubt over it, well, it might work. You digging up that seed. So listen, this is the mental and the physical picture that I want you guys to keep in your mind. Here's the soil. This is what you're believing. Every time you plant what you believe in the soil, you cover it with the best dirt and the best soil, you water it, you have set yourself up to win. But every time you say, I don't know if it's going to work. Imagine this, you running in the backyard, digging up the seed, taking the dirt off of it and looking at it. Is it going to grow? Yeah, it's going to grow. You put it back, cover it up, water it again, go back in the house. 10 minutes later, you get you entertain fear. Man, maybe I'm going to lose and I'm going to lose all the money I invested. Oh, here you go. You run out back, dig it up, look it up. Man. You put it back, right? Every time you speak doubt, every time you entertain fear, every time you compare yourself to someone else, you're digging your seed up. You're digging up what you're believing. Why? Why is it every time you speak doubt? Because your words are seeds in themselves. Your words are seeds in themselves. So if I say, I feel like I'm getting sick, you would never hear that come out my mouth. And some of us say it just so like it's nothing. I feel like I'm getting sick. That's a word you just spoke out into the universe, and the universe heard you. And the universe don't know that's not what you want, because the universe can't determine whether you're serious, joking, fake, nothing. And that's why I don't even say, man, my head killing me. Some people can have that and say, man, my head killing me or my stomach killing me. These words matter because your words was God's gift to activate. Your words are the water. Your words are water. Your words are the water that waters your belief. Your words water the seeds. Okay, listen. Thank you, God. Listen. Your dream is the seed. This. Your faith and your belief is the soil that you put your seed on. But then when you say, I shall win, that's the water. And it's going to water that seed. But anytime you speak doubt, you're now taking what God meant to be a blessing, and now you're cursing the seed in which you broke, that you sowed. Y'all hear that? It's just that simple. It's really just that simple. Your belief and your dream is this quarter. The environment in which you plant this quarter, your dream, the soil, is your faith and your belief. But the water will be your words. What are you speaking over yourself? What are you speaking over your dreams? So anytime that you speak doubt, you're digging up your seed. Anytime you entertain fear, what does entertain fear mean? Now, It's a difference. I want to be clear with this. We're human. So you can't stop a thought from coming into your mind. Did you know that? You can't physically stop a thought from coming into your mind on your own. But you can stop it from living there. You can't stop yourself from entertaining it. What does that mean? Entertaining it. That means you sit down and you just brew over it. Yeah, you're right. I do have a chance to lose. So I'm putting everything I got into this. What if it don't work? Dang, if it don't work, then guess what? I'm gonna gotta figure out how I'm gonna pay this rent. I'm gonna pay this rent, man, and my car note. Damn, how am I gonna pay my car note? Because it might not work. You're entertaining fear. You're brewing over it. You're stirring it up. You're cultivating it. So I don't entertain that. I only see what I wish to experience. That's what we're here to do today. That's what we're here to do today. To tell you, no, we're not digging up our seeds no more. We're not doing it. Listen, two things I want to say. 2 points. If you had an idea of any kind in your mind, if you thought of something in your mind, 2 things. One, it was meant for you to do it, or you never would have thought about it. It was meant for you to do it. And the second thing, it was meant to work. Literally, it was meant to work. That's why even God said, everything we touch can turn to gold. Everything we touch prospers. So it was meant to work, and you was meant to do it. So now what's stopping us? It's when we get into this stuff I'm talking about right now. We start to entertain fear. We compare ourselves to someone else. Listen, when we unalive, it's 1 to a box. When we unalive, it's 1 to a box. You're not going to be able to talk about what your friend did. It's going to be asked, what did you do? Did you accomplish everything that you were meant to do in this life? Did you accomplish everything you were called to do in this life? Because that's what it's all about. And so we have to stop allowing people to dumb us down. I think second grade teacher, Miss Cash, she told me you're not gonna be SHIT. I'm a little kid, and she whispered in my ear, "You're not gonna be shit." And I'm like, because I just had a lot of energy. Right. And I had a lot of dreams in my mind. I think back now on how excited I was about life. I just wanted to rap. I wanted to make music. I was just like super hyper because I had all these ideas that was just in me, and I didn't know how to express it. Right. And I had nobody around me that can see my potential. Everybody just thought you bad. Here come this black, little dark, nappy haired little boy, with all this energy. So it gave people a bad taste when it came to me. And before I know it, I bought into what people said about me. Before I know it, I bought into other people's belief. I was clumsy. I was dumb and all this stuff. I accepted what they said and made it my own. And before I know it, I'm living from their perspective. No longer, man. And guess what? If we don't do the work, you don't grow out of it. You just don't grow out of it. The more you grow, you take all this stuff with you. And that's why you got people that's grown and hurt, grown and operating out of line, grown and still don't know what they really want to do with their life because they've bought into what everybody else have said. Now, I like to use an example like this. Feelings and emotions are only temporary indicators. Your feeling is a temporary indicator. So if what I'm saying to you right now, if you're hearing that and it makes you feel away, like, man, you're right, like that's me. I did overlook some points in my life. I am supposed to be better. Right? Now, that's amazing because that feeling is just a temporary indicator. It doesn't mean it's something wrong with you. It's just the indicator. Case in point, if your car get low on gas and the needle is all the way on the E and it run out of gas, it's nothing really wrong with the car, right? It's out of gas. That's it. And that needle doesn't mean the car is broke. That needle is a temporary indicator of the present state of the car. But right away, you can call AAA. AAA put gas in it. You get to the gas station, fill it up. That needle then moves. And now it's indicating where that car is now. So a feeling is just a temporary indicator of where you currently are. But guess what? You can get gas. You can do some of the things that we about to talk about, and immediately that changes. And immediately you're no longer there. So the reason why I said that is because I want us to embrace the feeling, because the feeling will tell you where you are. Don't mask over it. Don't just forget it. Like, embrace it. Like, okay, yeah, what do I feel about what I'm hearing? Can I resonate with this? Is this me? Hey, listen, if this is resonating with you guys, can y'all share it for me? Thank you for the ones who did it so far. But just share it live with somebody, man. Welcome to the morning shift with Corey Cofield, where we shift your perspective to only see what you wish to experience. We here every single day, except Sundays. Because now I said I'm going to start taking Sundays and just relax. You know, I be doing a lot, you know, but just know we here every single day except Sunday, 5:30 PST, 8:30 Eastern. Excuse me. 8:30 Eastern. All right. 7:30 Central. So share the live with somebody. We talking about digging up your seed. That can't happen. And we doing some really good, things about it. So check this out. I want to read this to you. Hold on. Let me just say one more thing. When we compare ourselves to somebody else, it's offensive to God. It's like, God, like, what are you doing? Like, I made you unique. I made you. I made you who you supposed to be, and you comparing yourself with somebody else and what I did with their route. See, everybody's different. Your call on your life, guess what? It wasn't a conference call. It wasn't a conference call. It's for you. So everybody may not see it. Everybody may not know it. Everybody may not know it. August. August, shout out to you. Thank you for listening. Appreciate you. Everybody not going to be able to understand your call. Everybody's not going to be able to understand what you're supposed to do with your life. So knowing that, move different. Don't expect everybody to get it, because they're not. So don't compare yourself to somebody else's. Every time you compare yourself to somebody else, you run outside, backyard, digging up the seed, looking, is it working? Oh, no, okay, it's still there. It's still mine. Put it back, bury it, run back in the house. If you keep digging up the seed, how is it going to grow? How is it going to grow? It can't. It's never going to be able to germinate. I think that's what it's called. It's never going to be able to get time for the process to work, for the water to get to it, for your words to be able to speak over it, for you to be able to create the life that you're desiring. You have no time because you keep digging it up with doubt, fear, comparison. Anytime you move into a fence, you are now digging up the seed. Every time you say this, bitch, excuse me. Every time you mad, which I went through the other day and I had to get rid of it yesterday. I told I talked about it yesterday on my Mind Defense meeting on Zoom every Monday, 6:30. We got doctors, producers, all kind of people checking in on Zoom because we operate at a high level. We hold each other accountable, and we just, it's just an amazing time. So I talked about how I was mad, and every time you're mad, every time you're in offense, you literally become a repellent to the things you believe in for. So some of us got to let go. We got to let go past hurts. Because listen, the reason why it hurts you is because just imagine if you driving a car, but you looking backwards. How far are you going to get before you crash? You're not going to get very far before you crash, right? You're not. So if you're driving a car and you're looking backwards, you're counterproductive. So if you're trying to move forward in your life and you're not trying, because we don't even use trying on Mind Defense. If I would have said that on Mind Defense, the meeting, I would have had 20 people comment, you don't try nothing. We either do or you don't. And that's the truth. And that's why we're around other high vibrating people, because they're not letting you speak doubt. They're not letting you speak nothing that don't align with your words, with your vision. If somebody hear you say that on the Mind Defense, listen, DM me, whatever y'all watching this on, DM me, and I'll send you the link. You can come out on Monday nights, 6:30, and you will see the kind of people that's there. All kind of people that's operating super high level, and they watching every word they speak. You say something, we was talking, and one of our members, she a high vibrational woman, like changing her life by leaps and bounds, doing amazing stuff. And she said, she was talking and she said something. She was like, she had a negative experience, and she was like, and of course, when I got there, that happened. And then, right away, we all like, wait. So if you say, of course, that means you were expecting it. That means you went in with a preconceived notion that this could happen. And so it did. So now you drew that to yourself. Because if you said, yeah, I went there, and of course, you know what they did, that means you have a perspective in your mind that don't line up to what you want. And that's why I say only see what you wish to experience. But you know what she did? Top of the morning, 4 o'clock, some in the morning. You know what she said? I'm so grateful for y'all. Thank you. I didn't even see that I was doing that. Now I'm going to watch. She said, I'm going back and I'm checking every part of my life. Do I have those preconceived notions? Because if I do, they got to go. Those are the kind of people I want to be around, man. I want to be around those kind of people that operate at that high level, that see something in their life and somebody tell them about it. They not coming with the 2-step like, no, see, I had see, me. Yo, I'm sorry. Yo, I'm tired. We be having so many excuses, man. I don't care about no excuses. I'm not making one excuse. I messed up. Sorry. My bad. No, I'm not sorry. Let me watch that word. I apologize, because I'm not a sorry individual. So no, I'm not sorry, but I do apologize. I'm watching them words, right? She ain't come with no excuses. She came with straight facts. Like, look, I'm monitoring every bit. I'm going back and check, and then I'm making adjustments. We like, yes, let's go. That's what we do. We do that to be better. It's no excuses. So every time you speak over, doubt over yourself, you compare yourself with others, or you quit before you see the results, you're digging up your seeds. Okay? These patterns signal mistrust in the process and sabotage momentum. Like I said, let's get to some scientific stuff, because I be trying. I'm not trying. Y'all know I be coming with receipts. I be coming with the studies that support what we saying, because we not just talking. We're saying these patterns It's how you sabotage yourself, how you unconsciously or unintentionally uproot your dreams. How do you do that? By speaking doubt, entertaining fear, comparing yourself to others, moving in offense, or quitting prematurely. These patterns signals mistrust in the process and sabotage momentum. Here's the scientific proof. Negative self-talk and doubt activate the amygdala, right? The fear center of the brain, producing cortisol and lowering performance, creativity, and decision making. Negative self-talk. When you start saying, I can't do it, man, I ain't this. When you start talking negative, this is a study done by the University of California, Davis and Claremont the graduate university. This is a University of California, and David and Claremont graduate. These people are high-level operators. And they did a study. It said negative self-talk and doubt activate the amygdala. The amygdala is the fear center of the brain. And anytime you kick that fear center in, your fight or flight mode, you start producing cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone. And when you produce the stress hormone, it lowers your performance, your creativity, and your decision making. Why? Because anytime you click into the fight or flight mode, anytime your stress hormone is kicked in, your body, how smart it is, it thinks you're in trouble. So it cuts off your digestive system, your immune system, and it uses all those, your creativity, right? The front of your mind is your creativity. The back of your mind is your subconscious mind. It's the things that you naturally do without even thinking. You get up, brush your teeth with the same hand, you do this. All those programmed things are in the back, your subconscious mind. It's subconsciously done. You don't have to think about it, right? The thing is, your creative mind is where you actively are right now. Like the things you do right now. If I move this phone, if I say this, the thing I'm talking about, because I'm just talking. I'm not freestyling. I didn't write none of this stuff down. So as I'm talking, the creative part of my mind is working. It's coming up with answers, right? But the minute I move into fear, your creative mind stops and you go right to the primitive mindset of survival. You go to the mindset of survival. Who need to be creative when you're in a trouble? Who need to write a song creatively when you in beef, you about to get in a fight? No one wants to design something when you in a fight. So when your body produces cortisol, the stress hormone, your subconscious mind doesn't know why. It just know, the stress hormone's been kicked in. We got problems. It doesn't know it's because your mother-in-law came over and you can't stand her. It doesn't know whether or you getting chased by a dog. It doesn't know if just because you're in traffic and you on the way to a job you hate. It doesn't know the difference whether or not you about to get unalived with a pum. The thing is, it kicks in the same fear response because it doesn't know the difference. It doesn't know the difference if you literally about to get ate up by a dog or you're about to go into a job that you don't like. Anytime you do something you don't like, this same things happens. It wakes up the amygdala, and your amygdala produces cortisol, and that lowers your performance, creativity, and decision making. Let me tell you this: did y'all know that the average person, the average IQ is about 75, right? Did y'all know that anything like I think it's 60 or below is mental retardation? If you got an IQ that I think is 60 or somewhere around there, if it's lower than that, they call that mental retardation, right? Now, the average IQ is 75, right? Now, 60 and below is mental retardation. 75 is the average IQ, right? Did you know every time you get angry and get mad, your IQ drops 25%? Scientific proof. Look it up. Your IQ drops 25 up to 25% every time you get mad. So if the average IQ is 75% and it drops 25% if you're angry, when you're mad, you're literally mentally retarded. Have you saw people that just do the dumbest things when they mad? You say how you see somebody get mad and they just walk up and sock somebody right in front of the police. And you like, bro, the police standing right there and you swung on the person? That was anger. Anger dropped their IQ and now they're actually functioning out of mental retardation. This is true. Why? Because the cortisol releases in the body, and next thing you know, your body jumps into fight or flight mode, and your body's saying, I don't need to worry about being creative. I don't need to worry about decision making right now. I don't need to worry about performance right now because I'm in beef. I'm in a problem. So I don't need to be thinking about that. I need to be thinking about survival. How do I get out of this situation? And so your subconscious mind kicks in and you start operating out of your subconscious instead of the frontal I think it's the pre-cortex, right? Wow, they kicked me off live. And I don't even know why. They kicked me off live, bro. Like, I don't even know why. Wow. Anyway, we keep moving. That's crazy. They just kicked me off of live saying your live access is suspended. You can go live and join live as a guest starting June the 27th. When is that? Like 3 days for what, bro? I ain't even do nothing. Hey, listen. Hey, look. Y'all heard what I was talking about, that truth, bro. When that truth happened, you know you're on the right track. I ain't even mad. I'm excited because I'm just going to repurpose it anyway. It's going to get out there. And hopefully I had some people watching on TikTok. Hopefully I'll jump on the other social media stuff and keep watching, man. But anyway, when you man, they threw me all the way off with that. That is so crazy. But anyway, let's stay focused. Stay focused, Corey. Stay focused, stay focused, stay focused. Wow. Okay. Anytime you do a lot of self-talk, negative self-talk, you activate the amygdala. The amygdala creates the cortisol and it lowers your performance, your creativity, and your decision making. And that's according to a University of California study. The negative emotions narrow focus and options which stop forward progress. And, right, listen to this. This is a sign to know that this is what's happening. You are constantly needing reassurance, frequently shifting your decisions and second guessing your decisions. You're likely digging up your seed mentally. Yo, they wilding on me. But this is a sign to see if you're operating in negative self-talk, right? If you're consistently needing reassurance, you're frequently shifting your decisions, right? Or you second guessing your decisions, you're likely digging up your seed mentally. So we can go against this, y'all. We really can. We really can. We really can. So let's talk about this. Let's move to this, man. We'll be out of here in a minute, y'all. They done got me so irritated with blocking me off my live on TikTok. Like, they got me. I'm like, what? The power of consistency and patience in the harvest process. You gotta trust the process. You know, like I told y'all, we don't plant the seed, run in right quick, and dig it up. We don't do that. Every time you do that, you got to start over. So you have to have faith. You have to believe in the process. Harvesting is a process. You don't see a gardener plant something and go the next day and get a harvest. It doesn't work like that. Now, what does that mean? I always say this. You don't plant a garden and then invite the neighbors to all come look at it and stomp all over the soil looking at it. Your stuff will never grow. You wait, you plant, you wait, you harvest, and once it's grown, then you can invite people over and say, look, man, I grew this. This is my squash over here. This is my greens, right? Then you can do that. So when I say that example is when you're dreaming, when you're planting a garden, don't talk about it. Don't go tell everybody about it. Yeah, I'm about to do this. I'm about to start doing this. Don't put your business out here. Plant your seeds and keep quiet. Water them and keep moving. Let people see the harvest before you talk. Let people see the harvest. Okay? Success doesn't come from massive action at once. Right? Success doesn't come from massive action once, but repeated small actions over time. Okay? And when you pray, when you meditate, that centers your mind and it resets your internal compass. So it's important to get up early, do your visualization practices, do your affirmations, sit and see yourself, visualize and see yourself doing what you meant that you're supposed to be doing. Right? Do less talking. Do less talking. Listen to this. Farmers plant, water, and wait. Farmers plant, water, then wait. What we believe in for is the same process. It's the same process. We plant, we water, and then we wait. Trust the process, man. Trust the process. It's working. It's working. The harvest is invisible before you see it. Another way to say that is the harvest is invisible before it's invincible. Right? The harvest is invisible before it's invincible. So before your stuff can grow and be solid and last through all the storms and stuff you go through, it has to be invisible. You have to build it. The roots have to grow first. And then it sparks up. Listen, I only got a few more things and we out of here, y'all. Why shouldn't you announce your goals too soon? Speaking too soon creates premature reward. Your brain registers the announcement as a partial completion, which reduces actionable motivation to follow through. Y'all hear that? A lot of us not getting what we getting because we talking about it too much. And anytime you talk about something, your brain register it. Remember, the brain doesn't know whether something is fiction or reality. The subconscious mind doesn't know. It just hears words. So if it hears, yeah, I'm about to get a new car, 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 it registers it as pretty much done. And so once it registers it is that done, it don't put that much energy towards it no more. It's like, okay, that happens. And you ever found yourself talking about something, and next thing you know, it kind of poops out and you kind of like not motivated no more? Because every time you speak, your brain gets excited like it's done, and it registered like, okay, it's finished. And so now your motivation is not there no more. And that's why I said speaking too soon creates premature reward. Your brain registers the announcement as partially completed, which reduces actionable motivation to follow through. Here we go. Here go receipts. I found this study that talked about it. Let me see. This was published by Dr. Goldwitzer. Research on identify-based goals. Okay, shows that when people announce intentions publicly, they receive social recognition early, leading to a drop in follow-through. When people made announcements too early, they received public recognition. So you get a form of recognition when you tell somebody, I'm about to write a book. They be like, oh, word, okay, yeah. And you get something from that. You're like, yeah, I'm about to write a book. But it's no action. So you just got a little endorphins. You got a little, stimulated by that. That was exciting. You got something from that. You feel me? You got something from that. And so now you got your reward already. You got your reward already in a little feeling that you got from somebody knowing that you about to do it. So you talking and you getting a feeling. And when people say, oh, word, hey, Corey finna write another book. Yeah, I'm finna write another book. Yeah. That was something that I received from that. That was an action. And I got the reward. All right. Let me see what else I wrote down. I had a few notes, and I just want to make sure we cover everything before we go. All right, listen. The last thing I'm going to cover is when you're doing the work. A lot of the benefits happen in the unseen area. You don't really see the benefits the whole time. A lot of it happens behind the scenes. But I'm telling you, if you don't dig that seed up, something happening. It's literally growing. That seed is growing. It's working. You don't have to keep digging it up to check. So I that's the last thing I want to say is that I want to tell you what happens in the unseen before the breakthrough shows up. Right? About 5 minutes, we out of here. I'm gonna explain to you what happens in the unseen before your breakthrough shows up. Okay, the unseen realm is where structure is forming. Your character, connections, opportunities, and internal capability are being shaped underground, just like roots before they sprout. So your delay is not punishment, it's preparation. The whole universe is preparing you for the big call that you have. Listen to this. A study in quantum physics in the Higgs-Boson principle affirm that energy exists before it's visible as matter. Similarly, neuroscientific method shows that subconscious change happens before observable behavior shifts. You hear that? This is a study that said the subconscious changes that happens before observable behavior shifts. So before your actions shift, you change behind the scenes. So before your outer life shows it, your inner life has to show it. Just like if you go to the gym, you work out, all the stuff happens in the inside first. Your brain shifts, all that happens, and then you stick to it, and before you know it, you see the outward evidence. So just because you believing for something doesn't mean it's not happening. Okay? It doesn't mean it's not happening because you're in the progress. Don't dig up your seed. Okay? Thank y'all. Listen. So look, thank y'all for watching the morning shift with Corey Cofield, where we shift your perspective to only see what you wish to experience. A couple things before I go. Run over to YouTube, man. Give me a follow, Corey_Cofield. We got a lot of content and stuff that we're filming, and everything's going to be housed there. You know, we'll do our lives and our Mindfest meetup on Mondays. But everything else will be on our YouTube channel, right? And so remember, every Monday we on Mindfest meetup on 6:30 p.m. PST. You can do that, you know. Don't forget, go over to Corey Cofield. You can get our custom merch. You know what I'm saying? Make America dream again. I do not endorse any political party at all. This is purely for my thoughts of what the planet is missing. I think people have walked out on their dreams. And my goal is to get people dreaming again, get people into trusting what they were meant to do on this earth, right? So you can get that over at CoreyCofield.com. Visit the website. Also, if you want to sow into us in any way, you can shoot the Cash App. You know what I'm saying? All proceeds be used to help us film the content I just told you about, to get custom merch, just to help people, remind people to wear what they believe in, right? That's our purpose. That's our purpose. You know what I'm saying? Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. Thank you, Cheryl, as well. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Cheryl said, I needed to hear this, Corey. I know you were supposed to hear it, or you wouldn't even be here, for sure. So thank you for listening. You know what I'm saying? Do what you meant to do, right? So look, y'all. Thank y'all. We'll be back here tomorrow. I'm grateful, you know, for the opportunity. Thank you for listening to the morning shift with Corey Cofield. Y'all have a God day, okay?